All right. Orange and Blue crew, welcome to the Buck Your Feelings post game podcast show. I am Bronco Rob, going to be holding it down for the boys today after a heart wrenching loss today to the Indianapolis Colts by a last second with no time on the clock field goal. And we're going to get into it. We may be having a co host tonight as well. But oh man, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Uh, dang. Well, let's get into it.
Every touchdown scored, our spirits ignite. Let's celebrate our boys into the night. When the whistle blows, it's all about the day. Through the highs and lows, we'll never feel shame. This is our house. Hear the fans scream, buck your ceiling.
All right, Orange and Blue crew, Broncos country. Unfortunately, I don't even know what to say. That game was a hell of a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. And we have a special co-host with me. I'm gonna bring him up right now. We got Broncos Grunt. Welcome to the show. Good old
What's
Michael
going on, brother?
Yost. What's happening, sir? How are you?
I mean, I'm struggling right now. I married into a Colts family, so I had my in-laws and my wife sitting there watching the game with me, and I thought we had it, man. I thought we had it at the end, and
Bro, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I was like jumping up and down because he missed that 60-yarder.
oh
And
yeah,
then we get the dumbest penalty of all time. Like, that's the number one rule that you learn playing defensive line. Don't touch the center.
yeah. I don't know what he was thinking. It is what it is. I mean, there was definitely some other stuff during that game though that definitely like we should have been in that position to begin with, right?
And then,
I
you had
mean,
Will Lutz miss the field goal,
yeah,
and he's been pretty much automatic for the last, while.
yeah.
Man, it
Will
is
Lutz missing that.
heartbreaking.
I mean, Bo throwing the interception that did not help. And for some reason, our defense, we have the best pass defense in the league, and they were getting short routes, slant routes on us all night. Especially with Jonathan Taylor. I mean, he had 2 receptions for 50 yards, right?
Yeah, I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. I'm just pulling up the stats here for just a moment. So I got that up there. Yeah, I mean, Bo Nix had a great comeback performance this week. He only had one interception, 3 touchdowns in the first half. Troy Franklin coming out and being the standout wide receiver of the game.
Troy Franklin in the first half there was no stopping that guy. I mean, he was all over him.
Yeah, I mean, he made a couple of huge plays and then capped that one drive off with a touchdown. Again, Orange and Blue crew. If you're with us tonight, make sure you go hit up all our socials: YouTube, X, Facebook, everywhere you listen to your podcast. Give us a like, a share, comment, subscribe. Again, we're trying to hit that 539 subscriber point to where we can give away a Bo Nix jersey, which I have in my possession, and I will be the one sending that out on behalf of Johnny and Isaiah and Jay and the rest of the guys of the OBN crew. It's just a absolute just gut wrenching loss. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm glad it's happening early, so that way we can kind of see how this team responds come next week against the Chargers. I believe that's who we play next week. I'd have to pull it up again, but yeah, I mean, we had a pretty even first half going back and forth with the Colts. I give their defense credit, man. I did not think their defense, was that kind of a defense with their corners being out, Tre'Davious Ward and and having Latu being out as well. But I'm really, to be honest, I'm really disappointed in Denver's defense. At one point, Ty Wide put across our group chat that Indianapolis had 321 yards against our defense. Our defense, 321 yards.
Again, could not fathom that. Like, I mean, I was sitting there looking at, like, I started in my fantasy league, and one of them that I'm in, I started Joe Burrow over Danny Dimes because I was like, against my defense, like, he's not making, he's gonna be lucky if he breaks 150, and for him to go out and double that against our defense is absolutely wild. He was dotting up, especially with his tight end Warren. I think was probably one of his, between Warren and Pittman. I think Warren though was his number one receiver, and it was his tight end all over PS2. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Warren is way taller than that guy. Is way taller than PS2, but still, the fact that our coverage of the tight end, when we see, hey, it's going to Warren, like, that's the top guy tonight. That's the guy that's making all these plays, and we're not stopping that, is ridiculous.
Well, and I mean, I said it in the pregame show, as well, that their main offensive weapons were Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, and Warren. This Pierce kid came out of nowhere. He was catching balls left and right. But again, tight ends are an issue for Denver. And I don't know. I honestly, I don't know what the deal is with tight ends and Denver. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, if Dre Greenlaw was in there, maybe it would have been different. Ty Y, he said it in our group chat that, if Greenlaw was in there, maybe it would have been different. But it's unbelievable to have the Colts have that many yards. I'm just going to kind of run through some stats here real quick. For the Broncos, Bo Nix had 176 passing yards. RJ Harvey had 70 rushing yards. Cortland Sutton had 61 receiving yards. And Talano Hufanga, I probably said his first name wrong, he had 10 solo tackles. We didn't have any interceptions on defense, which was kind of alarming. When it comes to sacks, I think we only had one. No, we just had
one, which was, I believe it was Stranand.
Yeah, Stranad.
Or Stranad, yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, I'm just man, it's unbelievable right now. I mean, what were your thoughts on the first half?
On the first half, between us offensively, Franklin was out there making catches, and he was definitely making moves for us. Between him and Troutman, because I believe that Troutman had the touchdown also in the first half. That was putting us up. Offensively, we were moving the ball fairly well. I mean, between the pass game with them and the rush games with Dobbins,
Yeah, and then
Like,
Dobbins had that penalty for spiking the ball. Like, don't be a dumbass. Come on.
yeah, yeah. There were a lot of penalties in this game that were. Oh, there they are.
Oh, we got the boys. We got
There they
Johnny and
are.
Jay.
What up, guys? What's up? It's Johnny and Jay. Let's turn this way. We have the sun in our eyes. It's Johnny and Jay live from outside the stadium. Are we as pissed off as you guys are? Because that is a bullshit way to lose a game.
That was absolutely
Absolutely.
atrocious.
Absolutely.
I hate life. I'm just saying, man, that was the Broncos game, the whole damn game. To lose it on a technicality, on a final penalty, that is bullshit. Broncos still dominate. Period. My opinion.
Jay, what do you got, buddy?
Can't stand them. Troy Franklin, where are you? All right, guys, we're gonna bounce. We're out. You guys hold it down. But man, what a crappy way to end the game. Just saying.
Hey, you
Yeah.
guys be safe getting home. You hear?
Be safe, boys.
Well, that was good to see him. I know they're probably not
Yeah.
as happy, just like we're not. But
Yeah. I mean, but I'll tell you what. It is a loss. It does suck. But I mean, what a game, just in general, to be able to be there for. You
oh
know?
yeah,
It
I've
would
only
have.
ever I've only ever been to one Broncos game, and that was back in 2018 when they lost to the Texans by 1 point. So I know how they feel.
I think the last Broncos game I went to was when they faced off against Tennessee at Nashville. I want to say it was the one where Talib got into a fight.
Bro, I'd have loved to be there for that. Like,
I
I'd have
did,
been rooting to leave on. Like,
Yeah, beat him. But no, I mean, I'll tell you though, right now, I mean, I disagree with Johnny at least when he's talking about that we dominated that game because we did not. I mean, defensively, we did not control that game at all. Not an ounce.
And I apologize. I was reading the wrong stat page. I mean, just for this game, I mean, Bo Nix was 22 of 30 for 206 yards. That's the correct amount. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. J.K. Dobbins had 14 rushes for 76 yards and a touchdown. So he's keeping the ball rolling in that department. Bo Nix was our next best rusher for 3 rushes for 20 yards. So, aside from J.K. Dobbins, our running game really was non-existent yet again. I know Sean Payton at halftime, was quoted saying that, that they came out kind of on the opposite end where the Colts came out trying to throw the ball and we came out trying to run the ball. To me, it was kind of one of those things of an immovable object meets an unstoppable force, and it was that's just the way it was kind of going. We'd score, they'd score. We'd score, they'd score.
And when they would score, I mean, we were holding them. Our defense was just letting them get all these yards, and then we'd stop them at field goal range, which is fine if you do that once or twice. But we just kept letting them charge down the field until they got in, so they were able to keep putting points on our board. Where it's like, okay, let's be honest, blocking a field goal kick now ain't what blocking a field goal kick was 10, 15 years ago.
Well, I mean, unless we're playing the Chiefs, and then of course the Chiefs are going to block it. I'm still salty about that shit.
No, let's not bring that up.
You're giving me PTSD, man. In the receiving, again, Troy Franklin was our leading receiver, 8 receptions, 89 yards, 1 touchdown. Marvin Mims, 2 receptions, 24 yards with a touchdown, which was a beautiful touchdown in the end zone. And even Adam Troutman coming through and getting a touchdown for the tight ends. Yep. That was just a flat out blown coverage by Indianapolis. But again, where they had a blown coverage, we then turn around and have a blown coverage, and Jonathan Taylor gets a touchdown. Like it was literally just a back and forth game. But to lose it that way with that kind of a penalty where, our guy didn't even jump over the center. He like touched his back and then jumped up. Like
Yeah.
that's BS, man. We shouldn't have lost it that way. Let's see here. Again, we only had the one interception. We didn't have any fumbles or anything like that, so that was good.
Mhm.
Pat Surtain and Zach Allen both went down with momentary injuries.
Yep.
Pat Surtain went into the tent, had his left ankle, I believe it was, taped up, came back out on the field. That's a little concerning for me because, with cornerbacks, ankle injuries are just long-lasting, nagging injuries, and that's probably going to hang with him the rest of the season.
Here's my question defensively: was where was Nick Bonito?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
Nick Bonito didn't show up.
He was all over the place last week, right? We're like, that's right. That's why we paid the guy. That's why we went ahead and signed with him. And this week he just doesn't show up.
He had 3 total tackles in total, 2 solo, and he had 1 QB hit. Zach Allen, 5 total tackles, 1 solo, 2 QB hits, and Justin Stranad had 5 total tackles, 2 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for a loss, and 1 QB hit. So I mean, we were putting the pressure on Daniel Jones, and I want to kind of give a shout out to Jonah Ellis as well. He also had a QB hit as well. But our defense did not show up this game like they did last year and in the first game. Moving kind of over to the Colts side, stat wise, Daniel Jones, 23 of 34 for 316 yards. Daniel Jones, 316 yards. That is ridiculous.
Yeah,
that is ridiculous.
like I said, I don't think that guy's definitely feeling comfortable with the Colts, and I think one of the issues that we had, I think defensively, was we were like, oh, it's Steinbag Danny. Like, what's he gonna do? Like, all right, and he balled out. Like, I got to give it to him. The guy balled out.
Jonathan Taylor, 25 carries, 165 yards. Again, like that's astronomical. Absolutely astronomical.
With 50 yards reception. With
Yeah.
50 with 2 receptions for 50 yards. So that guy marched up on us for 200 plus. Alone.
Yeah. Dude,
Like,
I don't even know.
if you go against the Colts, or whether it's home or away, Jonathan Taylor is their number one guy.
Yeah.
Does not matter.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
you do not lock him down, he's gonna ruin your game. And we did not lock him down.
I'm gonna take a minute here and kind of run through some comments. We got Shy Vargas hopping in asking what just happened. Billy Timmons, what the F happened? Shaking my head. Billy Timmons on YouTube, same comment. We got Virgil Kane. Hey, greetings from Manchester, England.
Hey,
Cheers
what's
to you, sir.
Yeah.
That's a new name. I haven't seen you in here before personally, so welcome. Welcome to the Orange and Blue crew. We got D-Rock in the house saying, what a horrible call by the refs. WTF. Billy Timmons, the commenters wanted the Colts win all game, in my opinion, of course. And that kind of, I kind of get where he's coming from. D-Rock, again, coming in, what happened to our defense. They had no fear for PS2. And that's surprising. That's absolutely surprising because 9 times out of 10, they're throwing the ball in the other direction because they don't want to throw towards PS2. And the Colts said, F that, and they challenged him the entire game. Billy Timmons, tight ends and running backs, just the whole game for the Colts. That's all their offense was. Shy Vargas, we sucked today. Yeah, we certainly did. We did not come to play like we should have. Virgil again, my ex-wife certainly didn't have a tight end. D-Rock saying JK is our running back 1 for sure, and I would have to agree with him on that.
There's no argument against that.
Billy Timmons coming in saying, I'm going to treat the first few games as last year, Bo, and them getting the jitters out. I would kind of agree with that. I mean, as much as Bo did, he had that nice rollout with that long pass down the field to Troy Franklin on the broken down play. I would say the first 1 or 2 games, sure, I would go with, I would be okay saying that. But again, he's a second year in the NFL. He's been in this offense. He knows he's the starter. So, he's commanding a lot out of his teammates, which is good, which is great. And there was an interaction between him and Sean Payton on the sidelines. And, some people are going to say, oh, him and Sean Payton are fighting. No. There wasn't any of that.
They're not fighting.
They were having a conversation. Sean Payton wanted a little more of an explanation. He got his explanation. Cool. Moved on.
I mean, my thing is I was talking to Johnny about this earlier this week. I think it was yesterday actually, about that I was worried coming into this game because we played Tennessee last week and that was a closer game than I liked. I think that was a closer game than a lot of people liked. And he was like, "Oh, he's like his first game of the season. They're settling in, right? We're doing all this stuff." But to come out here and still have such a close game, right? He should have the jitters out after the first game, in my opinion, right? Like you said, it's his second year. This is his offense, right? He made sure last season this was his offense, right? Bo knows how to call play. Bo can play call, and Bo's not afraid to look at Sean Payton and be like, "Hey, I think we need to do this," right? And yeah, they'll get they'll kind of have heated disagreements, not arguments, right? But
discussions.
Yeah, they'll have heated discussions, right? Like especially with him coming off the line and whatnot. Like I think on that one fourth down, I think it was 4th and 2. I think Bo wanted to go for it because he was like, we can get it done. I don't think Sean Payton wanted to, and I think he was a little upset with that. But I mean, how long do we have to wait for teams to get? How long are we really willing to give them to settle? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, and again, first game, I'm okay with that kind of a mindset. Okay, look, they're trying to get the jitters out. It's the first game, et cetera, et cetera. Second game, that's kind of pushing it for me. But there is some silver lining to this, and that's that Kansas City lost again. Let's go! So Orange and Blue Crew, Broncos country, if you're going to take anything out of today, Kansas City is 0-2. My dad's a Kansas City Chiefs fan, so I can't wait to give him more grief about that today. Shy coming in saying our defense is garbage. I mean, this game, yes. I don't believe that's going to be the case moving forward. At least I sure as hell hope not. But it definitely was not a good day. Jeremy Martin coming in saying kicker got to go back to the Saints. I don't agree with that. I think Will Lutz is okay. I mean, it was an unlucky kick. My question is, and I don't know if you know anything about kicking balls, but my question is, why in the hell every time he kicks the ball, that sucker curves?
I have no idea. I don't know what he's doing, but I saw the same thing and I was like, that's got a big arc to it. And
yeah, like it comes off and it just
yeah.
Billy Timmons coming in saying Troutman has been all reliable. I would agree with that 100%. Especially after last week when Kroll, didn't sit down in that zone and missed that ball from Bo. Virgil saying good night, brothers. Virgil, thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Shy Vargas coming in saying we need to watch film. And I'm sure they will. I'm sure Sean Payton's already got it loaded up on the tablet on the plane ride home, and he's already going through it. But again, to kind of echo what you were saying, Taylor did that to us more often than not. And that was the majority of their offense. Right. Billy Timmons saying curves. So that's all the comments we got right now. But yeah, I mean, looking forward, I've kind of been one of those Broncos fans that, like, we lose a game and then you just sit there and you fester on it all week. And I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm like, okay, it's done, it's over. The game happened. Now we got to look to the next week.
Yep. Next week, against the Chargers.
Is that game at home or is that in LA?
I believe it's. Hang on.
I believe it's at home, but I don't know. I don't remember if it's home first or away first. But watching the Chargers beat the Chiefs, I mean, at least we have some good film to watch on the Chargers.
No, it is an away game. It is at the Chargers.
Okay, so it is in LA. Billy Timmons coming in here, road game. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be a matchup that we definitely need to win, especially because they beat the Chiefs, and so we got to beat them.
I mean, and Justin Herbert is going to be coming out trying, because tonight they're playing. Can't remember who they're playing, but I know that they're playing Vegas. They have division matchups.
They're playing on Monday.
Games.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's coming out, especially if he wins against the Raiders, he's coming out to hold out and be number one in the division. So,
well, that's the good thing is it's early in the season. We got plenty more games ahead of us, and we gotta stay as positive as we can. Which I know is hard to do, especially after a loss like it was today. Go ahead.
I love, one thing I do enjoy, I love being a Broncos fan. So I agree with you. Like I'm gonna sit here and think about this game and be like, like there's stuff we obviously got to work on. Definitely, I think one of the other things is not between the penalties, whether it was us offensively or defensively, trying to break down a lot of those penalties, because there were flags flying this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't understand that. I mean, Sean Payton is one of those coaches that, if there's penalties going on, to me, I'd be like, all right, you had this many penalties, you're doing this much running at practice. Like, we gotta cut those penalties down for sure. But yeah, that's definitely been kind of a concern for me, even from last year. Last year I felt like we had way too many penalties. Knock on wood, we haven't seen Garrett Bowles' name come up, with holding penalties. So, did you see he dyed his hair blonde?
Did he?
Like Eminem blonde, like OG Eminem blonde. Like he got in a fight with a hydrogen peroxide bottle and lost.
Will the real Slim, not so Slim Shady, please stand up?
Will the real Slim Bowles please stand up? Man. Hey, whatever he wants to do, man. If that's keeping him from penalties, I say dye your hair till you die, bro.
I mean, can we talk about? Listen, the only person I'll tell you right now, the one person who I thought was about to blow a gasket out there was I won't make sure I get the name right. I know the name, but I'm like nervous because it's my first time doing this in a while. Singleton, Alex Singleton was out there raging. Every time they put the camera on that guy's face, I thought he was about to snap. I was like, he's gonna hit somebody as hard as he can. And I think there was like I think it was when they were trying to push in for the first touchdown that they got, and you saw him just come up and you heard the crack.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that dude he's just looking around like, I'm not done, I'm going back. Like that dude was out here trying to break helmets.
I mean, to be fair though, the linebackers were getting their ass beat the whole game. The whole game. I'm hoping that the linebacker coach chews them out. You know? Yeah. But again, it's better to get the loss out of the way, in my opinion, early in the season, so that way you can see how they respond. That's going to be the telling tale. In my opinion, to see how we respond, how we come out against the Chargers. Again, another road game. So, that's 2 weeks in a row that, we got a road game. But the nice thing is LA is closer to Denver than, Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, yeah.
So, hopefully, it won't kind of throw him off at all. Shy Vargas coming in saying, I don't see the Broncos beating the Chargers. Shy, you can't be like that, man. You got to be positive. The Chargers are the Chargers, and they are always going to Charger.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a tough game. I'm not gonna sit there and say that I don't think we're gonna beat them. I think it's gonna be another hard game, and it's either gonna be the over, just like this game was, right, where it's tit for tat, or it's gonna be the lower. It's gonna be one of the two, and it's not gonna be like we'll see what happens. It's either gonna be a very high scoring game, or it's gonna be the exact opposite.
Yeah, no. Billy Timmons coming in saying Chargers, Bengals, and Eagles. So that's the next 3 games we got. I do believe the Bengals game is at home, if I'm correct on that. But
Feel good about that one. Bengals are falling apart. Apart, dude.
Well, they pulled the win out against the Jacksonville Jaguars today, but it took them to the very end of the game to get that W. And again, with Joe Burrow going down, with an injury, and he was on a scooter. So, he's most likely definitely not playing this next week for sure. But, if he does have a chance to come back against us, maybe not. If he does, maybe he's not going to be 100%. Billy Timmons coming in, tough next 3 games, followed by the Jets. The Jets are trash. The Jets are absolutely horrible.
Yeah, today was bad for the Jets. Today was bad for the Jets. I'm not gonna lie, I feel bad for them a little bit.
Yeah, Buffalo came in and just smacked them around and made them call them daddy.
But I'm like, it's Buffalo. All right, like come on now.
I honestly, if Denver doesn't make it, far into the playoffs, my automatic team I root for is Buffalo, because I just want to see him make it. Like
I just want to see Josh Allen get there. I just want to see Josh Allen get there. That's all. I don't care about anything else.
And again, Billy Timmons saying Burrow has a toe
injury. Yeah, she Blitz be repping. You pull his comment. Game is rigged. That's a Broncos fan right there.
Blitz. I don't know about that, dog.
Ain't no way, G. Hey, game's rigged. Who paid the ref in the 4th quarter?
Blitz be repping, saying no doubt NFL's like wrestling. Oh man, yeah. I don't know. So we're sitting at 33 minutes right now. We're gonna jump into our segment here for the post game, and that is gonna be who's got the balls. All right, so this is the segment where we give out game balls. Normally, it's easier to do, when we win. On a loss,
excited. Now we're like,
on a loss, it's going to be a little harder to do. But let's do 2 each. Let's do 1 offense, 1 defense, and if we want to do a special teams, we can. Bronco Grunt, I'll give you the honors. You go first. Give me an offensive player that you think deserves a game ball, even though we lost.
I mean, even though we lost, for me, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the offense. And I think I'm gonna give one to Troy Franklin. I mean, like you said, eight receptions, 89 yards. He was averaging 11 yards a catch with 1 touchdown, right? Early in the beginning. I mean, he was a number 1 wideout this
Absolutely.
game. So I mean, for me, it was hard. Look at it. I'm sure you're going to give if you give one to the offense, you're going to give it to the other guy that I'm thinking of. But I think definitely offensively, Franklin definitely, for the effort he put in this game, definitely gets that one.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That was definitely going to be one of my choices. But I'm going to give mine to Bo Nix, good old number 10. In my opinion, even though we lost, he had a comeback game. From last week where he had multiple turnovers, the fumble. He didn't look as comfortable this game. I feel like he certainly turned things around from his end, from his standpoint. But with that comes, I think Sean Payton called a better game this week as well.
I agree with that. He absolutely called a much better game. I mean, I always get mad because I'm like, where's our run game, right? And he definitely was all about it. So
yeah. So I mean, that's the offensive game balls. Bronco Grunt, give me your defense. What do you got for defense?
I think I might just give 2 to the offense. Am I allowed to do that or call it audible?
That's fine. That's fine. Omaha.
Omaha, dude. Listen, I love our defense. I got nothing for him. All right. The only other game ball that I want to give out is to Dobkins. Like, it was between that was the other guy that I was thinking of when it came down to the game balls. I just want to give another one to Dobkins because he was out there beating his feet trying to get us through the chains, and I think he deserves one. I don't see anybody on the defense really that was out there making the plays that we needed.
No, I agree with you there. J.K. Dobbins. I was a little concerned when Denver picked him up, just because he was coming off of that injury last year. But yeah, I agree with that. I think he went out there and he did absolutely everything he can. I'm going to give an honorable mention to R.J. Harvey with that screen pass that he had. I think that was set up beautifully. It was blocked beautifully, and he hit that hole and just took off for it. Defensively, I mean, I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna call an Omaha, and I'm gonna give another offensive ball. I think to probably, I would have to say probably Tyler Bidet. Honestly,
I was going to give him an honorable mention. I was like, that dude is such a sleight of hand player that we have, where it's like, what do we do? And then all of a sudden, just see Bidet come out. He's like, hey, I got this, guys. Don't worry about it. We got first down. And you're just like, where did this guy come from?
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Bidet. I mean, he didn't, blow up the stat sheet by any means. He had one rush for 3 yards. He had 2 receptions for 19 yards. But, it seemed like to me the few plays that he did have were plays that we needed when we needed it. And that's why he's, the number 2 right now. With Jaleel McLaughlin being a healthy scratch for the second week in a row. I don't know, man. It's kind of hard because RJ Harvey, he did, again, he had that screen pass, but he had that screen pass for 16 yards. But rushing, he had 5 carries for 8 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even 2 yards a carry. That's 1.6.
Yeah.
But so that's why I kind of gave the Omaha audible ball to Tyler Bidet there. I will give our offensive line credit. I don't believe Bo Nix got sacked at all.
I don't think he got sacked. I mean, he had time in the pocket for a lot of them. Like there was a lot where he was just rolling out, like immediately. But I think definitely our O line had his back really well this game, keeping him with time to get his throws out.
And Billy Timmons is going to call me out because I should have given this player a game ball just for the one play that he had. Billy Timmons coming in saying Hufanga saved a couple of scoring drives, in my opinion, of course. No, you're absolutely right, Billy. And I should have probably given him a game ball, at least for saving that Jonathan Taylor run. Because when he broke that, I was yelling at my TV. I was like, "Are you effing kidding me?"
Yeah.
And here comes the hair just down the field and gets him, just pushes him out just enough to step out of bounds.
Yeah.
But so I mean, if I absolutely have to give a defensive ball, I'll give it to Hufanga for sure.
Yeah. That'd be the only one. Yeah. That'd be an only one that I could probably feel good about.
Yeah, absolutely. Feel good about it is exactly right. What's funny is, and I don't know if we've talked about this, but Hufanga wears a watch on his wrist that gets taped up every game. I did not know this. Yes.
I know
when he first came into the league, Troy Polamalu gave him a watch, and he wore it all the time, out in practice, out in games. And he even said, he's like, I wear it every single game. He's like, if I don't have it, I feel powerless. And it's funny because if you watch the game and watch closely, and every time Hufanga's on the screen, I'm looking at his hands. You could see the damn watch taped on his wrist.
Just taped up.
I'm like, all right, well, that. He even said, he's like, if it gets broke, he goes like, I just buy another one. Like, of course you can just buy another one, bro. You sitting on piles of money, dog. Like,
yeah, must be nice.
My Apple Watch starts freaking out. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I got a G-Shock, you know what I'm saying? It's $19. We're good. All right.
But yeah, again, it's a tough loss today for sure. But again, I think the offense, came alive and had a decent turnaround from last week. Defense, I don't know what in the hell happened with them today.
Vance is going to be ripping them to shreds for sure.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't really have too much more to say other than, it hurts, but it's one game. We got to learn from it and we got to respond.
So we got a whole rest of the season to get better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's again plenty of games, down the road. I probably should have done this earlier, so bear with me here. This is the first time I'm hosting the show by myself with your assistance, so I appreciate you being on here.
I appreciate finally being able to get on here.
Yeah, life's been a little crazy and hectic, so
yeah.
But we do what we can. But again, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Dubby. Dubby's energy drink here. They've got no sugar, no calories, no maltodextrin, no fillers, no artificial colors. It's packed with amino acids, B vitamins, and neurotropics, including the patented neurofactor. It's got one scoop has the same amount of caffeine as 2 cups of coffee. So one scoop and you're going to be, flying off the rails there. For our Orange and Blue crew, our watchers and our listeners, head over to w.gg and put in the code OBN10. That's going to get you 10% off your order at checkout. So again, shout out to Dubby for sponsoring our shows. And again, we have all kinds of shows, all kinds of content throughout the week. We've got Orange and Blue Blitz Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. We got Broncos Bros with Dak at Monday at 7 and George. We've got our flagship show, Nothing Rhymes, with Orange and Blue Tuesdays at 6. And we have our Doc and JT with the Mile High Symposium, Sports Symposium, Wednesday at 2:30 in the afternoon. We've got the Broncos Talk Wednesday at 6 for our listeners who speak Spanish, because I know all the bad words in Spanish, but I can't really, speak it. I can only understand when people are talking smack to me. We've got Viva Los Broncos Friday at 6 p.m. And, of course, we have our breaking news, the fresh squeeze whenever anything breaking happens with our Broncos. And then before every game, an hour before kickoff, we have our Get Bucked pregame show. And, of course, after the game, you're listening to right now the Buck Your Feelings podcast show as well. Again, that's right after the game. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. You got any final thoughts? Anything else you kind of want to talk about with the game?
I mean, I think really the only thing I can say from here is just we love the Broncos, right? Tough loss. Let's keep your head up, all right? And let's get ready for this next game. All right, we're gonna come back with a vengeance.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there, Bronco Grunt. Yeah, it's a tough loss. It's definitely it's going to sting for a while, for at least 4 or 5 days. But then we're going to be on to the Chargers. In the great words of Bill Belichick, we're on to the Chargers. We're on to the Chargers. We're on to the Chargers. Man, I still can't believe that dude's coaching college ball now. Like,
and not doing good.
No, not doing good at all.
Not doing good.
Not doing good at all. But for our listeners, I just want to thank you guys for hopping in with the comments. We appreciate your guys' support. Again, we're trying to hit that 539 subscriber. So again, please give us a subscribe on YouTube, like, follow, and share on all our other social medias, Facebook, Twitter, and everywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts. Again, we're trying to hit that 539 mark so I can give away the orange Bo Nix jersey to one of our subscribers. You do have to be subscribed. It takes 2 seconds. Just go to our channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell icon so that way you always get a notification when our shows are on. And yeah, man, I mean, again, I appreciate you being here. It's a tough loss. We're 1-1, but the Chiefs are 0-2. So that is the
0-2.
silver lining. That is the silver lining that I'm trying to concentrate on right now.
Boo.
But,
Boo Chiefs.
yeah, boo Chiefs. Exactly.
Boo that man. Boo him.
Yeah. But I mean, with that being said, man, again, I appreciate you being on here. And for our listeners, again, thank you for joining us for another episode of Buck Your Feelings here on the Orange Blue Network. And we'll catch you on the flip side, and we'll look forward to the next game. So again, thank you guys. Mile high salute to all of y'all. And we'll catch you later.
We're out.
Is